One of the most popular annual attractions inside the Cultural Center is the State Fair Photography Salon. In 2014, the Signature Photography exhibit celebrates its 75th anniversary with a tribute to Ansel Adams, one of the world's most famous landscape photographers, well known for capturing amazing vistas like those within Yosemite National Park.
But we'll introduce you to a couple of Iowa photographers who are spending their time capturing some equally impressive Midwestern scenery. And their work, which is award-winning, is on display here at the Iowa State Fair.
It's a staple of State Fair competitions and exhibits, the Photography Salon in the Cultural Center, where camera-clicking amateurs, professionals, kids, and adults all compete for a coveted ribbon. This is one of the largest annual competitions in the United States. It's tough to win. What you see in the Cultural Center is the cream of the crop. Just getting a photo on display at the fair is an accomplishment and an honor.
We have over 3,000 photos this year that did not make it in. Out of 4,000 entries, we actually have 841 that actually made it into the fair.
The Photography Salon is celebrating its 75th anniversary with a salute to world-famous landscape photographer Ansel Adams. The unique twist on this year's tribute? Every single photo in the exhibit is in black and white.
I have a different theme category every year, and it's a way I challenge the photographers to do something different. The theme this year is called My Ansel Adams, and it's about the Ansel Adams that lives within each side of each photographer. And what the premise was this year, they were to submit their best lifetime work.
Ken Johnson has enjoyed photography as a hobby for decades, but he competed in the State Fair Photography Salon for the first time in 2013. Judges chose all 4 of his photo entries for display, one of just 4 photographers to accomplish the rare feat that year.
I concluded that really those subjects that did the best were quite simple. And I think that's one of the challenges of photography, is to create simple images.
Johnson enjoys traveling not only around Iowa, but across the country to continue learning about photography and discovering the beauty of the world around him.
Photography is an expression of an impression. You have a certain feeling, an emotion when you see something beautiful, and you really want to capture that in the best way that's possible.
This photo of Johnson's gets the second place ribbon in the special Ansel Adams theme class.
Certainly I understand why Ansel Adams loved to shoot in Yosemite. It really is a fine black and white photography location.
For Larry Mendenhall, photography is a way for him to connect with nature. He became interested in shooting photos in high school, then worked as a newspaper reporter and photographer for several years before giving that up for the freedom and peaceful enjoyment of shooting stunning landscapes.
When you go someplace, especially for landscape photography, just leave the camera in the car. A man I study with named George DeWolf says you do 3 things: feel, see, and then shoot. And it's very important to take that time to get an appreciation for what's going around and kind of study the shapes and the forms.
This sweeping shoreline photo earns Mendenhall first place in this year's Places and Landscapes category.
I think my favorite image is one I call Summer Storm. I took that in northeast Iowa in this little town called St. Donatus. The rainstorm was just breaking up, and I could see this spotlight from the clouds just kind of moving across the field.
Greg Pinelli has a love of landscapes and a watchful eye for wildlife. He tries to get outdoors with his camera at least once or twice a week.
Well, I really got interested when I took a photography class my senior year at Dowling High School, and I developed my own black and white film, and it just has stuck with me ever since, and I kind of call it a hobby gone berserk, I guess. I love wildlife, anything out in the nature, landscape.
In 2013, Pinelli won first place at the fair for this black and white photo of the Center Street Dam in Des Moines. A long exposure provided the slow, silky, serene look to the river. This year, he gets an honorable mention for his look down a gravel road at an iconic rural Iowa farm scene.
The thing that I enjoy the most about photography, it really slows down my life. when I'm out shooting. You observe and just notice every little thing about nature, and I love sharing those with images with people that might not have the capability of seeing that kind of thing.
The art part of photography is show us the world as we've never seen it before. If you do that, I guarantee you'll be in the Iowa State Fair.
You can't win if you don't enter. And I kind of believe photography isn't really completed until the photo is shared with someone. So there are a lot of good photographers or a lot of people, and they have really great work, but no one sees them. They're in a shoebox, in the closet, or they're on a hard drive someplace. So I'm kind of an advocate of letting the photos out where people can see them and enjoy them.